students, welcome back to the online classes of physics. This is your Naima is back again with the atoms, molecules and chemical reactions. So in today's class we are going to learn about the types of chemical equations. What we are going to learn about? We are going to learn about types of chemical reactions. So we have learned about the different types of chemical equations taking place, right? So today's class we have to learn about different types of chemical reactions. So in different types of chemical reactions we have first type, combination reaction. Second one we have decomposition reaction. Third one we have displacement reaction. And the next we have oxidation and reduction reaction. We have double displacement reaction. So these are the different types of reactions that we are going to learn in this lesson. Do remember, these reactions are very important. They are going to help you in your further studies. Like it's going to help you in your 10th class, it's going to help you in your intermediate, it's going to help in your degrees. So wherever you are going to study further, that it is going to help in your higher classes. So do concentrate and try to remember all the equations and reactions and how these processes going on. So the first reaction is combination reaction. As we already know that in a chemical reaction to take place, what is happening? A chemical reaction to takes place, what is happening? A reactant, one or two reactants, one reactant A or B is reacting with each other and giving one product. Okay, so here you can see that one or more than one reactants are getting combined with each other and they are giving one new product. Okay, you can see that there is some chemical change. Yes, one product is reacting with another one or more two or more products and giving a new product, and that is called as the combination reaction. Okay, they are combining and giving one single product, and so they are called as combination reaction. For example, if we are taking a magnesium ribbon, okay, we are taking a magnesium ribbon and we are burning it in the presence of oxygen. Okay, we are burning it in the presence of oxygen. Now when the magnesium ribbon, when you are rubbing it with sand and just burning it with the Bunsen burner or anything, just you will see that when that means an oxygen is present in the atmosphere, you will see that this magnesium will react with oxygen and give you magnesium oxide, a new product. Okay, this is ash. Okay, it will give an ash which is called as magnesium oxide. So it is giving a new product which is the combination of one or more reactants. So this is called as combination reaction. So what it is called? Combination reaction. Similarly, we can take another examples of we can take few more examples, like we have carbon dioxide. We have carbon, it will react with oxygen and this will give rise to carbon dioxide. So this is another product. Two or more, the two reactants are getting combined and forming a new product. Carbon and oxygen are giving carbon dioxide. Similarly, we can take water also. Hydrogen plus oxygen will give you H2O. 2H plus O will give you H2O. So these all are nothing but, we can say, these are the examples of combination reaction. That is the reaction in which two or more reactants combine to form a single product is called as combination reaction. Now the second type of reaction is nothing but decomposition reaction. Now what is decomposition reaction? So a compound splits into two or more substances. Okay, when one compound when one compound A, suppose A is one compound and it is splitting into two or more substances. Okay, it is going some reaction and is splitting into two or more reactants or substances. Okay, it is resulting into two or more products. Then that is called as decomposition reaction. A compound splits into two or more substances, then it is called as decomposition reaction. Okay. So when there is suppose a reaction is taking place. Okay, suppose A and B is reacting and they are forming a product C and they are releasing heat. Okay, they are releasing heat. So suppose there is a release of heat, then this reaction is called as exothermic reaction. What it is called? It is called as exothermic reaction. If the same thing you see, if you see A and B, they are forming a product C by taking the heat, by absorbing the heat, then this is called as endothermic reaction. Okay, it is called as endothermic reaction. If a reaction is taking place with the absorption of energy or heat energy, it is called as endothermic reaction. And if a reaction is taking place with the release of heat energy, then it is called as exothermic reaction. So here the decomposition reaction is again of three types: thermal, electrolytic, photolytic. With the names only you can understand what I want to say. So thermal decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition reaction, in this what we are going to do, we are going to heat calcium carbonate and we are going to see what is going to happen in this process. So here when we are doing this experiment, we are taking calcium carbonate in a test tube and we are adding a delivery tube to this test tube. Okay, so now when we are heating this with Bunsen burner or candle or whatever you want, when you are burning this calcium carbonate, what is happening? There is some gas is released here. So what is happening? So this calcium carbonate is getting decomposed into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So you can see that there will be some gas coming out here when you are burning the matchstick. You can see that there is some gas is coming out. So this here you can see that the heat is getting released. Heat is getting released. So this reaction is called as exothermic reaction, because here heat is getting released when you are heating up. Okay, so you see that why it is called as thermal decomposition, because we are using heat. Here heat energy is converting this products, reactants into some products, right? When we are heating, we are using heat energy here. So that's why it is called as thermal decomposition. So the heat here is decomposing the reactants into the products, that is calcium carbonate, that is limestone, into CaCO3 is getting converted into CaO plus carbon dioxide. So that is calcium carbonate, that is limestone. Calcium carbonate is nothing but limestone. So limestone is getting converted into quicklime, okay, and carbon dioxide gas. Fine. This is your thermal decomposition reaction. So next is electrolytic decomposition reaction. So in thermal we have seen that when we are using the heat energy, when we are heating up the components, it is giving the product. Here electrolytic decomposition means it is clear that when we are using electric current, right? Electrolytic is nothing but electric current. So here we are using electric current to decompose the reactants into a product. Okay, so we are using electric current to decompose to get the product. So this is called as electrolytic decomposition reaction. For example, if we take water, okay, if we take water, okay, now when we are passing it to electric current, okay, we are passing the electric current here. Now what is happening? H plus O minus ions are formed. What are formed? H plus OH minus ions are formed, or you can see it, they can also get converted into H2 and O. Okay, H2 and O2. Okay, either ion formation may take place or either H2 plus O2 may form after the current is passing through the this is not balanced, but this is just an example. Okay, it's an example. To prove this, we can do one activity, that is, we are going to take a plastic mug. Okay, to this plastic mug we are drilling 2 holes here at the base. Okay, 2 holes we are drilling. Okay, and to these holes we are closing with rubber stopper and inserting 2 electrodes. Okay, inserting 2 electrodes. Now these electrodes we are connecting with the battery that is of 9 volts. Okay, 2 electrodes we are fixing with the battery which are of 9 volts. Now filling these with water. Okay, such to that extent that they should dip the rods. Okay, electrodes. Now what we are doing, we are adding few drops of sulfuric acid to it. What we are doing, we are adding few drops of sulfuric acid. Now we are just going to insert one test tube which will be on the electrodes. Okay, which will be on the electrodes. So we are going to see what is going to happen here. So when the 2 test tubes filled with water, invert them over the 2 graphite rods. Switch on the current and leave the apparatus undisturbed for some time. We will see that the liberation of gas bubbles at both the electrodes are seen. Okay, liberation of gas bubbles at both the electrodes are observed. These bubbles displace the water in the test tube and the volume of gas is collected both from the test tube is same. Okay, the amount of gas collected from both the test tubes is same. So when you take out this test tube slowly and this gas whatever is present, when you are burning it with the gas, when you are bringing a matchstick here, you will observe that there is the presence of hydrogen. Okay, so that means the water here in this mug has been converted into H2 plus oxygen. Yes, it has been converted into H2 plus oxygen gas. Yes, so this is called as the electrolytic decomposition reaction. So the next reaction is photolytic decomposition reaction. Photolytic, in the name itself says that there you are using what? You are using. So this photolytic reaction will carry out in the presence of light. So it is a decomposition which is carried out in the presence of light. Example, if we take silver chloride and the result what we are going to get is Ag plus Cl. What we are going to get? Ag plus Cl2. So this reaction is used in the black and white photography. Okay, this reaction is used in black and white photography. Where is this used? It is used in the black and white photography. And one more thing, this about the electrolytic double displacement reaction. Sorry, about this photolytic decomposition reaction. Example, we can take the silver and bromide powder. If we take and we will place it in the sunlight, you will see that if you take the silver bromide powder, which is light green in color, when you place light yellow in color, like yellowish green color, you will see that when you have placed it in the sunlight, you will see that it changes its color to black. Okay, it changes color to black. Okay, so with this we end up the video. Thank you.